Step in from the darkness. What's up, Whiskey Questers? Welcome back to another episode of Whiskey Quest. I know I said I was done for the year when I did my Japanese whiskey review, but I couldn't just help myself. I had to do just one more for you guys. This is going to be the whiskey of the year for 2019. Like I said, it's been a whole year. I've tasted a lot of good whiskey, so this wasn't too easy to choose, but I'm not picking the whiskey of the year based on samples that were given to me. This has to be a bottle that I bought or was given to me and that I had some actual time to spend with. So for that, I have a few honorable mentions, and that was number one has to be the Jack Daniel's Heritage Barrel Select. That was awesome. That just blew my mind. If I had a bottle of that, that would have been my pick, hands down. The second one out of the bunch was the Four Roses Small Batch Select. That was also another fantastic whiskey, and for sure we'll be picking that up in the coming years, or if Illinois ever decides to get a goddamn shipping, but whatever, that's what it is, and I'll be picking one of those up for sure. Number three out of the bunch, it has to be, let me see here. Actually, number three, the sample that I reviewed was the Johnny Walker 18-year-old whiskey. That was when I did the whole entire core lineup of Johnny Walkers. I reviewed each and one of these right here, so if you guys want to check those out, just go search through the archives. But before I get to the mention of the number one whiskey of the year for 2019, let's take a quick trip down memory lane of all the videos that I made this year. Metallica's new whiskey bottle is here. Let's turn this up to 11. Jack Daniel's Straight Tennessee Rye Whiskey. The High West Rendezvous Rye Whiskey. The Jack Daniel's Sinatra Select. It's the Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Heritage Barrel Whiskey. Crater Lake Reserve Rye Whiskey for the Maker's Mark Bourbon Whiskey. Four Roses Small Batch Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. It's their newest whiskey to the lineup of Old Forester. J.P. Weiser's Deluxe is a blended Canadian whiskey. So let's talk about Jameson Irish Whiskey. Grand Old Par Blended Scotch Whiskey, 12-year-old, bottled at 40% Legion. Today we got Buffalo Trace. The Crown Royal Bourbon Mash is now known as Crown Royal Blender's Mash. The very first location of Benny's was opened in 1948 in the corner of Clark and Sheffield, hence the name on the bottle. Rebel? Yeah. 100 proof. See you guys in a bit. I got Balcones Baby Blue Corn Whiskey. Stick around if you want to learn more. See you in a bit. Texas whiskey. This one comes from Iron Root Republic. This is the Harbinger XC Straight Bourbon Whiskey.
Yep.
Different proofs, and
I didn't know there's that many whiskeys until you started getting more into it.
so what I have for you guys today is Old Grandad Bonded. This unaged Tennessee rye whiskey from Jack Daniel's.
Yeah. Drink whiskey. Yamazaki 12.
It's the end of October. Actually, tomorrow is Halloween. And what is going on? Snowing already? Might as well do my top 5 whiskeys for Christmas. For the moment I've been waiting for. It's time to open it with my little knife here. So let's begin with my 5 non-whiskey things about me. He's back for more samples. Today we got the Brook Laddie, Classic Laddie. See you in a bit. He also gave me this Hudson New York 100% corn whiskey. Today we have the Hudson Single Malt Whiskey. I finally got to try the new Four Roses Small Batch Select here. He hooked me up with Nika Golden Gold Clear Pure Agave Espolón Tequila Blanco. Hey, today we're gonna get classy and try the Dalmore 12-year-old Scotch whiskey. So here we have the Dingle Irish single malt whiskey. This is batch number 4. It's a limited release. But enough of that. Let's get straight into the review of this Nika super rare old Japanese whiskey. So what we have here today is the Teeling small batch Irish whiskey. Today we're gonna find out where your money's best spent after I taste the entire core lineup of Johnny Walker's. Stick around. Today we're tasting Johnny Walker's limited edition bottles, Song of Ice and Fire. Oh, stick around. So this one is the small batch Bakers. This is from Jim Beam and it comes at 107 proof. All right, so Aiden Sand is an MGP product. This time it's the Hibiki Harmony Master Select. So I want to say thanks to every single person that donated to the channel, let it be a sample or a full bottle. Every last drop was greatly appreciated, and every subscriber that came along to support the channel, just thank you to everybody for all your support. On to the nominees. Number 3, in third place, I'd say it was the Dingle Single Malt Irish Whiskey. This is batch number 4, non-chill filtered, no color added, and it's just a fantastic whiskey. It's a little on the expensive side and limited, but having tasted this, I'm gonna be looking out for more of their products in the next year. So I'm excited to see what they come up with next. On second place, I would have to say that it's gonna be Legend. This was another excellent whiskey that I got to try in 2019, and honestly, at $35, it's a steal. And in first place, it's none other than Blackened. This is the Metallica whiskey, remastered by the late master blender Dave Pickerel. What can I say about this? But it's just an awesome whiskey. From the moment I tasted it, I knew it was going to be in one of my favorites. And this is what I tasted when it came out in 2018. And out of everything that I tasted in 2018, I also thought it was one of the best whiskeys I had tasted that year. But since I had not reviewed it, I couldn't nominate it as the whiskey of the year. This was the very first whiskey I reviewed at the beginning of this year. So for that, if you guys can find that in your area, it's well worth the $50. So again, thanks to everybody for subscribing, for coming along for the ride. See you guys in 2020 when I do my live video tasting my Infinity bottle for the very first time. Cheers everybody. Have a happy new year. See you guys in 2020. Peace. Great dram.